Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, and we have with us Heba Meseery. Heba Meseery, you're part of course, CULTNAT, and we're proud to be here today. Heba, we understand that there is collaboration or there is something that happened here in Egypt and it took place in Congo.
Yes.
And it's Egyptian, it was an Egyptian idea or Egyptian, can you tell us more about it, please?
Yes. Actually, it was for like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, it was an agreement between the Congolese government and the minister of the Congolese government were actually he was actually paying a visit here in CULTNAT, and he was so impressed.
That's the DRC, right? The Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes,
Kinshasa.
and he was very impressed about the project that we have, and he wanted to make a typical one in Kinshasa there to document their...
A typical CULTNAT.
Yes, a typical projection system. Not CULTNAT, but a typical projection system or a typical CULTRAMA. As you saw it. So to document their Congolese heritage, which was actually mainly two parts, the folkloric heritage and the natural heritage, because they have a huge landscapes and different kinds of folkloric and dancing. So we did this, and they went there for about 10 days to do the setup and everything, and they provided them with the photos and information, and actually, and some of our colleagues here, they are photographers. They were taking by themselves the photographs
and
there.
It's Egyptian made. Back in the Democratic Republic of Congo, it's Egyptian made.
Yes, it's Egyptian made.
The folklore and the heritage, is it Egyptian as well? Or
yes, they actually display both the Egyptian heritage and the Congolese heritage.
Which is wonderful.
Yes, in Kinshasa there.
Great.
Yes.
Heba, could you tell us about the different sectors of CULTNAT? We understand that CULTNAT has different sections. So
yes.
Can you talk to us about these different sections,
yes.
their main goals?
Yes. Actually, here in our center, we disseminate our projects by different means. We have different showrooms here, starting from the projection system CULTRAMA, as you see, that actually the most interested part we have, which actually focus on the heritage of Egypt, starting from the Pharaonic timeline or Pharaonic civilization, then passing through the Coptic and then Islamic modern times parts. And we have different shows already, like movies concerning temples in Egypt. We have, for example, El Sadat show, we have El Azhar show, we have also Luxor show, Cairo University, Book of the Dead show. Okay, so this is not interactive like the main show. It's somehow a movie style show. Then the second room or showroom, it's a gallery, we called it the micro gallery showroom, which includes all the projects or the programs we have. So including the architectural project, the archaeological, the folkloric, the musical, the economic, the press heritage, and different kinds. We have more than 30 projects or programs that we are working on. The third one is the room that we are sitting here in. It's called the Star Riders, which display the different inventions or the Arabs' inventions, especially in the Middle Ages, starting from the 10th century till the 15th century, mainly focusing on the tools that were measuring time, like clocks, like the water clock.
Where is the clock that's displayed here?
Yes, here is one of them.
This is supposed to be a clock?
Yes, it's the water clock, one of the oldest water clocks. It was located in Damascus, but it's now destroyed. It's not existed anymore. But we did the model typical as the real one. And we have actually our engineer here, Engineer Meher, who did it typical from the dimensions that were written in the manuscript. We have the sand clock as well. It's different from the traditional or the common one we know already, but it's like very resembling or so close to the typical one.
Are all of these different displays clocks?
No, these are clocks, but we have like celestial globe. The one behind me, it's like a reflection of the sky. It was used like it was the calendar of the Arabs at that time. And it was used especially in the region of Khalif al-Ma'mun in the 9th century. And it was mentioned in a manuscript called The 48 Planets for Abdurrahman al-Sufi. He was one of the most famous astronomers in the 10th century. And mainly it was focusing on the zodiac signs at that time. Yes, so it was a reflection how the Arabs were thinking to reflect the stars in the skies and to put it on a circular shape, a celestial globe, like the geographical globe. As well, we have a geographical globe on the left side here, which actually made by also the geographers were in the Khalif al-Ma'mun region. It was in the 9th century at that time, but we don't have the real model, but we did the model typical from a manuscript as well. It's now exhibited in Turkey, in Topkapi library there. Its name is Topkapi. And we did the model as it is typically.
Beautiful. Of course, Arabs were leaders in the field of astronomy.
We have the astrolabs as well. It's very important. So it's now developed. You know the GPS now. So this is how it was developed. So it was working at the GPS at that time as a clock to measure time, to measure wells and mountains, to know the locations of the stars. So it would facilitate for the navigators how to navigate at night through their trips. So it's a multifunctional tool. So we can
Heba, how do you make information and data available for visitors?
Yes, we can disseminate our information by many means. We have our own website, we have the Facebook page, so through social media, of course. We do have publications that sold actually in certain different bookshops. We also have applications, mobile applications, and we can show desktop applications as well. Also through the indoors trips or visits that we are making here.
Heba, what about activities that target children? Do you target students and children in general in your activities?
You want to bring your children, Mohammed? You're impressed, huh?
No, I'm just. Of course, yes. This is a very nice place indeed, and it's something that we should be proud of, just like you said, Rana.
Of course, we know that the word of heritage or history is a huge word, and for children, we try to facilitate how to display this to them. So actually, we can choose some shows, not all of them, of course. So it depends upon the age of children. For example, if we receive schools or children's schools, especially in the grades of grade 2 or grade 3, in aged 8 years old or 7 years old. So we have some shows to show them, like Notion of Time, that will give them a very brief show about how the universe actually contained, or starting from the Big Bang, then the dinosaurs' appearance, or the human beings after that appeared. And after this, we have shows about history, for example. So we have, of course, children do study history in schools or in the history part. So we can do this by picking some kings or some queens and do this in a very simple way.
Beautiful.
So the techniques of displaying is very important.
And geography as well. I mean, when you talk about the atlases.
Yes, and of course this room to show them the sand clock or the water clock in the Middle Ages, so they are
that's a bit of science
very, very impressive, yes, to them.
Heba, when you started working here, how did it cultural heritage that we are witnessing now?
Okay, actually I've been working in the Biblioteca as a general organization till now 16 years, but I've been here...
16 years, you look much younger.
Yes, but here in CULTNAT since 8 years. So this is actually giving me the feeling that I'm loving what I'm doing, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, because to give information to people and to feel like they are happy to know different information, and they are really impressed about what you are saying, especially when it comes to history or when it comes to your country's heritage or your country's history, by different means or by different ways. So this actually gives me a self-enjoyment to feel like people that they are really enjoyed it. So I like my job a lot, and I feel that I'm learning daily because I have to read on a daily basis. So to give information to people, this is something very nice and very interesting. Yeah.
Heba Meseery, Visits Coordinator and Public Relations Representative at CULTNAT. Thank you very much.
Thank you a lot. Thank you
so much, Heba, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Right, and well, Rona, time is already up.
It's already up. It was a very, very interesting episode, Mohammed. It was very stuffed, of course. It was lovely joining you today,
Thank you, Rona.
Mohammed.
Always a pleasure to be with you and with our dear viewers. And this is indeed a wonderful place. The smart village in general, and CULTNAT here in specific, in the heart of the 6th of October city. We do thank you, dear viewers, for watching us on Nile TV International, and we want you to stay with us.
Thank you so much, dear viewers, for joining us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. I'm Rana Al-Qassas, and I was joined with my colleague Mohammed Abdurrahim. Thank you so much.